Okay, in this video we're going to familiarize you with the optics of the Jubilee cut and show you how this diamond, how all this technical data and all these scope examinations and brilliant scope results and everything translate to practical observation, because the most important technology that we employ in our exams is this technology. It's the only technology that you go home with at the end of the day after it's all said and done. So we're going to be looking at the features of brightness, contrast, or what GIA refers to as pattern scintillation, fire, and sparkle on the Jubilee cuts. All right, so as I shrink down on your screen here, you are going to see come up on the screen a Jubilee in diffuse lighting alongside of this is a common princess cut that you see coming up on the screen now. This princess cut that you see alongside this Jubilee probably represents at least a good third of princess cuts that we see out there on the market. And as you're looking in the diffuse lighting, you can just see it's got a watery, glassy kind of an appearance, and that's due to the amount of light leakage that you see within that diamond. And you can just see that Jubilee, how bright it is, and how beautiful the distribution of contrast is as you look into that stone in common, in some what would be considered a common viewing environment. Okay, diffuse light areas where you're going to see this view would generally depict if you were outside on a cloudy day, or even if you were outside on a sunny day yet in the shade, or inside an office building under diffused fluorescent lighting. Those are all lighting environments where you're going to see this optical characteristic of brightness and contrast, or pattern scintillation. And as you can see, that princess cut doesn't even hold a candle to the Jubilee. All right, this next princess cut that we have coming in on the screen in diffuse lighting is represents another about a good probably about 60% of the princess cuts out there, and it falls. It's like a mediocre princess cut. Its light return is a little bit better than the one that you just that we just saw, but it's still not a stone even in the realm of princess cuts, certainly not worthy of my dollar. It's not a diamond that I would buy for my inventory, but it makes a great comparison here in this video to show you alongside of the Jubilee. So that princess cut has a little bit more life to it, but still nothing to write home to mom about as far as I'm concerned. This next princess cut that we're looking at, this princess cut is an AGS ideal princess cut. All right, so this here is a princess cut that has received the highest attainable optics graded by a laboratory, and the diamond does fairly well. I mean, it does excellent actually under all the technologies that we throw it under here in our own laboratory when it comes to grading princess cuts for light performance. And you can see I'm just going to kind of change the video behind me here. See, like that, okay. So you see in all three of those princess cuts side by side, and you can see the graduation in the optics of the princess cuts from the poorest one to the best one, and that's looking at brightness and contrast. All right, now what we're going to do is take the Jubilee and just kind of show you the differences in fire and sparkle now between the Jubilee, and here it is next to the common princess cut. And as you can see, again, the common princess cut, it doesn't even hold a candle to it. Everybody we show this comparison to, it's like a night and day comparison. So, you know, the Jubilees, of course, they're more expensive than princess cuts. They're cut to a high level of precision, like you see in the Hearts and Arrows rounds, combined with superior light performance, and that's the key here. All right, so the fire and the sparkle on the Jubilee, I mean, just blows away. As you can see, the common princess cut. Here we have that second princess cut. It's more of the represents what I would call more of a mainstream princess cut. Although the last princess cut is almost just as common as this one that we're looking at. A little bit more fire and sparkle out of this princess cut, but again, nothing that holds a candle to the Jubilee. And then lastly, here is an AGS ideal princess cut alongside of the Hearts and Arrows Jubilee cut, and this is your fire and sparkle aspect. And you see, this princess cut ain't hurting. This is not. It's not. This is. I'm proud to feature a princess cut like this in our inventory. And if the video persuades you towards that too, that's fine. We want you to buy what you're happy with. But look at the chunks of brightness and flashes popping out of that Jubilee. It's just hard to ignore. And right now we turned on the sparkle factor, so you can even see the type of sparkle pattern that we see when we look into these Jubilee cuts. So here is a Jubilee alongside of your most common squares out there, which are generally your princess cuts. A lot of times when people are coming to us for squares, they're asking for princess cuts. So here is, we're proud to show you these features of the Jubilee in such a way. If anything, the video isn't doing the beauty of the diamond justice, because when you see the diamond in real life, as good as this video is communicating to you the visual differences that we see, every single one of our clients tell us the video, as great as it showed the differences, it looked more beautiful in person, and we guarantee that to you as well. All right. So that wraps up the visual optical properties of the Jubilee cut diamond.